Hi, welcome in. If you're here, you're stepping into your highest timeline, and I am here to help you navigate that journey. If at any point during this message something resonates with you, please like and comment. I'm a new channel, so it really helps us get to everyone who needs this message. I'm just going to tap in, get a channeled message from Spirit, and then I'm going to pull some cards and we'll go wherever the energy takes us. Tapping in now, Spirit, to the collective. Please remove me. Make me a clear channel for your message. Bring through messages that are only for the collective's highest good, helps them step into their highest timeline, and messages that resonate with them. What does the collective need to know, Spirit, in this moment? See popcorn popping, like in one of those old-fashioned movie theater popcorn makers, and it's popping up over the basket and coming down and filling up, and there's a feeling of wonder. You're watching the popcorn popping, and it's neat, right? Like it's just like one of those wonders of that you heat up a seed and it pops into all of this yummy snack that we can have. And you're kind of just watching it pop in anticipation of having this popcorn snack. But I also see that you're there with like your kids or people younger than you, and you're like showing them like, look, this is how it works. And you're using this kind of as like this teaching moment, and you're getting more people excited about how it all works. There's something about your excitement for the popcorn and for the beauty of this thing that makes other people who might not have cared, like, oh, it's just popcorn. They're like, well, she's so into it and she's so excited by it and she has such a good energy of it. I guess I'll be into it too. It's like your passion and your excitement is contagious. And now like more people are gathering around this popcorn machine and they're seeing how into it you are and how cool it is, and they're realizing, wow, this is cool. Yeah, and like you're having this shared experience. I don't know if you've ever had this, but like where you're walking along and you see something really neat and another stranger comes and walks along and sees the same thing, and you share a moment of like, wow, that was really cool, or we just experienced this together. Like a turtle in the road, or I'm in Florida, so sometimes we see manatees in the canals, and you're walking along and you see a bunch of manatees, and if somebody else is walking along, it's like you're like, wow, look at this, and you have a moment together that you're seeing something really neat. So I'm kind of getting this like your excitement and your focus on the beauty of this thing was a magnet for other people to come see and share in the beauty of this thing. And then you were able to have this experience around something that is interesting, beautiful, wondrous, that people might have like ignored or not thought about if you weren't the one leading the way, if you weren't the one saying, you should think about this. Have you ever thought about this? So it's like your excitement and passion that turns on light bulbs for other people. Okay, that's a really cool message. So maybe you have a new idea, maybe you have a new passion, maybe you have just passion about something, and Spirit's really saying, keep that going. We need that light. We need you talking about it. We need you excited about it. Don't second guess yourself. We need you leading the pack, right? You don't look around and go, is anybody else looking at the popcorn? You're like, oh my gosh, look at this popcorn. Look how cool it is. Like there was no question about if you should be the one to get excited. Like you're already excited about whatever this thing is. You're already passionate about it. So I'm hearing like, keep being outspoken, keep being excited, and you'll call other people into that space. But you're definitely leading this space. There's no question about other people might not be talking about this or might not be talking about it in the way that you do it. So it's something very much about like your uninhibited expression that makes other people just go like, I'm into it. I'm into it because she's just so enamored by, and like you've completely given yourself to the beauty or the passion of this thing. Okay? All right, let's pull some cards. I'm getting Lightseer's Tarot again. Very popular deck. Popular deck with this collective as well. So cool. I love this. Like, we should never feel like we need to like, oh, maybe I won't look at the popcorn and be excited about it. Shouldn't life be like that? Life should be just like walking through all these moments of wonder. And how cool is it that your wonderment helps other people experience their childlike sense of wonder too? And I'm sure that you've been on the other end of this too, where you're walking along and somebody else is just like so into something, and you're like, they're so into it. So you have to ask, like, what is this about? And then they tell you and they show you whether it's their craft or whether it's information they have about something. And you're like, oh, I never knew that. Wow, that is cool. And you share an experience with somebody that teaches you something that you were drawn in because of their passion and their excitement. You wanted to know more. It really is. It's magnetic. I just love this feeling I'm getting that you are magnetic. And it's your unapologetic passion for something that makes you magnetic. All right, Spirit, what else for this collective? Give us some clarity on this message. What more does the collective need to know? Hope you all are doing great. Hope you're feeling magnetic. Hope you're feeling that there's something that you're lit up about, or a sense of wonderment. Okay, great cards coming out. So Queen of Wands is coming out. This is you following your passion and not caring what anybody else thinks. The Queen of Wands in traditional tarot kind of is like, she might be quirky. She might be, she has a black cat, and like black cats are weird maybe to the rest of the world, but she doesn't care. And she sits on her throne and she like owns her, all the parts of her she loves, and the quirkiness, that she doesn't feel like she needs to conform at all. So she goes after what she wants. Wands is fire, it's action. So she goes after what she wants, but she doesn't care. Look at this woman. She's like in her own world. She has this look. She's just like she's looking at the popcorn or looking at the thing. Like, if you saw this woman sitting out, you would go over and be like, what is that little flame in your hand? Tell me about it. Because she's just so enamored by this cool thing she knows about, or this cool thing she does, and she's totally leaning into it. And I also get here the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is protecting your energy. This really could be all of these people that are kind of like, I don't know, it's just popcorn, or I don't know if you can do that, or oh, you're just going to go, do this thing, or I don't know why you're so passionate about this, or like whatever. And you're like, and I am. Like, I'm feeling like, don't kill my vibe. Like, I think the popcorn popping out of the machine is like the coolest thing ever, and I want to learn more about it. And that's what makes my life fun, and that's what makes me me. And like, don't come along and be like, it's just popcorn, or like, meh, meh, meh. Like, protect this wild passion you have, because it is your life force. Look, you've got this beautiful charge in your solar plexus here. So that passion and that wonderment that you have, and that feeling of just like, I don't know, I'm all encompassed by this thing and I don't know why. It just lights me up. And like, I might be even told that I'm a little obsessed or I'm a little crazy, but I don't care. I'm going to protect this feeling because of how true and honest and lit up it feels for me. Like, what? Don't dim my light. So this is you really protecting anything that lights you up. And I'm really getting that by you protecting what lights you up, it allows other people to protect what lights them up. You walking in your path of, I know what's right for me. I'm going to follow my passion. I'm going to be unapologetically me, allows other people to be unapologetically them. And that's what I really got with that message was it was you going up to the popcorn machine and being like, wow, this is so cool. It allowed other people to come in and congregate around this and share that experience. And they were people that were probably guarded. They were people that probably would never do that, but because you did it, they were like, oh, that does look nice. And all of these things that are trying to pop her bubble and dim her light, she's protected from them. She's protecting herself from them. But to the extent that she can like incubate that light and really make it get stronger and she feels even more convicted in it, maybe she can even turn some of these grumpies or these people that are resistant to that, right? Because why would anybody be resistant to you shining your light? Well, because they're not able to shine theirs. So they just feel like they would rather everybody be in a safe bubble that doesn't ever get vulnerable. And why us having a feeling of wonderment and a feeling of excitement is of threat to someone. But yeah, for some reason, because they've been dimmed, because they went out and had excitement before and somebody told them, you shouldn't be that excited, or it's just popcorn, you idiot, or you're not going to be successful at that, or why do you keep talking about the stars and astrology? You should be getting a real job. Okay, so they've had the world happen to them. And so now they're likely coming at you like, I've been told this was stupid, so you shouldn't do that. And you're like, yeah, I've been told that too. But every day that I walked in a life thinking that was stupid or dimming my light, I wasn't happy. So now I'm in a place where I'm protecting my light and I am incubating my solar plexus power. And I think it's what's going to really heal this world. So I'm going to stay in here and be okay. Hopefully, you can come along with me someday. Hopefully, you can heal enough to be in the light. Ooh, I'm loving this Queen of Wands energy. Both of these are in Seven of Wands. They're fire, so they're passion. They are protecting your passion. If I'm talking to you right now, you have something that you are passionate about, that you're maybe a little bit cuckoo about, maybe a little crazy, and maybe you are not sharing it with the world, right? Maybe it's something that you've taken action on that you're kind of keeping under wraps, and that's okay too. Feel fine to share it and go after it, but you also don't need to share it for anybody's approval or validation. So if you're just going to like go start this side hustle that you're really passionate about, but it feels safer to you to just let it incubate and let it grow without the influences of others, that's protecting it as well. Don't not do it because of others, but if you want to protect it from others' opinions, do that, okay? And I get the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is he's new, he's walking out on a new journey, he's trying something out, but he doesn't quite believe that it's going to be as rewarding or fruitful or fulfilling as he hopes. Like, I'm so passionate about this and I'm walking, walking forward and taking action to make this thing, to stoke this little fire. But part of me is like, is this fulfilling? Is this aligned with my heart? Is this, and you can see there's this little pig up here. So there's a little bit of like when pigs fly energy coming out of this. So you may have some doubt that, or some, even if I'm saying like you're a little cuckoo about it, you might be like, I know I'm a little crazy. You might hear yourself downplaying what you do, like me being like, oh, I just do this little tarot thing on the side. When for me, I'm like, I do this tarot thing on the side, like I'm like totally stoked about this. But I'm protecting it a little bit, right? So it's the same thing. You might have some self-doubts here that's like, I don't really know if pouring myself into this is going to be as rewarding and fulfilling as I want it to be. What I do know is it lights me up. And so I am incubating it right now. Okay, so there might be some self-doubt there, but the page is still learning. The page is still walking forward in a way that they think feels fulfilling to them. So it's like, it doesn't really matter what other people think. It doesn't really matter if it brings in money. It doesn't really matter. Like, people might say, well, why do you do that for? What does it get you? Simply fulfillment. Like, I like doing it. It feels good to me. It fires me up. The Page of Cups is like, I don't need all those traditional reasons to do things. I'm just going to walk forward and yeah, there might be some doubt there. This might be a new journey for you. Might be something that you're just learning. Might be learning how to give yourself permission to do things that light you up. But I get the Knight of Wands, so I actually get that you're flying forward on this. So you're not just doing what lights you up, but you are doing it fast, right? Like, you are building this puppy. Like, there's no stopping you. And what I get with the Hierophant card is you're a teacher. So just like I said in the channeled message that came through, you looking at the popcorn and bringing people along and being like, look, this is how it works, and this is so cool, and you're passionate about it, and your spark, your genuine energy, the you-ness that you bring to this thing, even if there's a million people out there doing Reiki, or there's a million people out there writing books or doing a tarot channel or whatever, the spark that you bring to this thing is so unique, that there will be plenty of people for you to teach. And as you teach, you bring these people along, and like all the people going around the popcorn machine going like, it was cool, and I never knew that. And I'm not even into popcorn, but there's something about their passion, their excitement, their expression, their unapologetically being them that just makes me go, I wish I was that. And you're setting an example for people. So that's what I get, is as you do this, as you live here, as you move so fast forward towards things that are fulfilling to your heart, you show other people that it's possible. They teach from you. They catch the fire that you have. And the fire that you have is what the world needs. What else for this collective spirit? I love it. You're teaching people how to be unapologetically them. You're teaching people about the thing that you're passionate about. You're teaching them more than you know. And with this Hierophant card, I'm really getting that you've been on this long journey. You've gone to the top of the mountain and back down, and you have a story to tell. Okay? So regardless of what you're passionate about, your life experience influences how you are bringing this to the table, how you are expressing yourself, right? Your life experience is what colors your ability to do this passion. And so that's what makes it so unique. Like, nobody else in the world has the interesting bag of life experience that you have. And you're going to attract other people that have similar stories, or just people that can relate to your story. But your journey, your experience through life is really what is aiding your ability to be that great teacher. You've learned a lot. You've been through a lot, so you've learned a lot. You have a lot of lessons that you can share with other people. It's like, I'm just thinking of anybody that's like, let's say gardening is your passion and you're going to start this gardening classes or this gardening YouTube channel, or you're going to start teaching with gardening. And it's like, you're like, what makes me an expert? And you're like, you've been gardening since forever. And you've learned a lot of things, and you've lived in different climates, and you've learned, what works, and you've been through, tragedy and drought and freezing and years when crops didn't, like you've been through every question somebody could ever have. And so you are skilled. You are a teacher. You have had enough experiences, but you never lost your passion. You still love gardening. So yeah, you've got that. And I get the Empress right now. So you're really understanding, wow, I have a lot of this knowledge, and I really have something that I can offer the world here. And it's much more aligned with my heart. It's much more aligned with what would bring me fulfillment. Boy, if I could just do this thing that I'm passionate about, that does give back to other people and teaches other people, and they come around me and it feels fulfilling and reciprocal, all of those things. And so you're incubating that. You're kind of like, I get this, she's pregnant with something that she's going to gift the world, and I have this spark in the solar plexus here. So it's like the more I stoke this fire, the more I can build it into something that's really going to be my purpose, my gift to give the world. And this is coming into the world. She knows, the Empress knows that she has something amazing that she's willing to offer, that she's about to offer, that she couldn't not offer if she tried, because she's pregnant with it, and there it is. So this is really starting to know, oh, all these things that people say are weird about me or that I can't do, they are what my worth is centered around. Like, it's my soul. It's my power. And maybe I've let a lot of people take that power away, but it's like the whole point. The whole point of life is like having these experiences, being able to teach other people, honing our gifts. And yeah, like part of the journey is going back and teaching other people about what we've learned. And you will look back on your experiences and you'll go, I know, like with mine, it's such a hodgepodge of different experiences that you kind of are like, I can't really connect the dots. Why are those all related? And now I realize, though, that it's like, but this let me learn this, and this let me learn this. And nobody else would recreate my bag of experience that I have, whether it's work or where I've lived or skills that I've had to learn for different jobs. It's just like, I have a little bit of everything. And at some points you can be like, yeah, you're all over the place. And I'm like, I'm not all over the place. I'm picking up so many different skills so that I can be this really, really unique teacher. And you're starting to see how unique that is and how that's allowed you to grow what you can offer the world in this. And I get the Knight of Pentacles. So I actually got it in reverse. So the Knight of Pentacles is usually slow, methodical, really taking the time to plant the seeds. But in reverse, it's like, we are moving forward. We've already planted the seeds. We are in harvest mode. We are in action mode. We're doing this thing, and we're not planning anymore. We've done a lot of planning. We've done a lot of living. We've done a lot of going up the mountain. We've come back down. We're ready to tell our story. We're ready to live our passion. We're ready to be magnetic for other people. We're moving forward fast now. We're at a planning stage, okay? And I get the Eight of Pentacles. You've done so much work. And yeah, this new passion might be a lot of work, but look at her. She's like spending all this time working on things that seem really like fun and cool and interesting. They're things she loves. So does it really feel like work? Yes, you're going to put a lot of work into this. You're going to pour your heart and soul into this, but it's not going to feel like a burden or an obligation. In fact, when it does, those are little nudges for you to go, is this still aligned with my heart? Or could I go about this work a different way so that I can make this feel like it's not even work, right? You're not afraid of work. You've put in a ton of work in the past. Now you just get to put in the work where you're passionate. Anything else for this collective spirit? Okay, well, that's the message. You're taking action. You're realizing, you know what? This thing that I'm passionate about matters so much. It matters so much. I can't not do it. You know, when we get a calling, when we feel fired up about something, you can't slow us down. You're not slowing us down here, okay? And the Knight of Wands says, I'm rushing towards this. I'm doing this super fast. I'm going to make sure it's aligned with my heart. I'm going to counteract any doubt that I have that's like, oh, yeah, when pigs fly, that will happen. No, I'm stepping into my Empress, which knows how much she has to gift the world. When people come at you with, like, are you sure? Or I don't know about that, or things that would want to dim your light, you're like, no, I know, because I've been through a lot in my life. I've been through a lot of experiences, and yeah, I'm just really sure in myself, and I've put in a ton of work on this already. So you don't stand a chance in trying to get me to doubt myself. I'm going to keep moving forward as this bold, energetic force, because we have one life. Like, why wouldn't I do what I'm passionate about? And I'm going to incubate and protect myself from any naysayers or any doubts that I might have or anybody outside of me might have. And I'm going to birth this puppy. I'm going to birth it into the world because something tells me it's what I was put here for. All right. The lighthouse can show you the shore, but you still need to steer the ship. If you could like, comment, subscribe, and until next message.